So I'm Bill Hazeltine. This is my wife, Lori. We're in Middletown, Rhode Island, and we've owned this house for 25 years. The house was built in 1989.
Started out as an act of desperation. Our hall bathroom started flooding whenever the shower was used, and we knew we had guests coming for the holidays, and so I started asking around, looking on Facebook, Googling, anything I could do to find a list of recommendations, and just narrowed it down to maybe 5 or 6 and started calling. And I'm pretty sure Mike was the only one that actually answered the phone and talked to me and asked me some questions, letting him know what we wanted done, and him, looking at the project to decide how he could serve us and what he could do. And part of me was like, this is taking a long time. But really, I saw the value of it is it helped me make better decisions.
You have a military background. That made a difference to me. You solve problems, you've organized things, you've taken responsibility, you have a sense of honor and commitment.
Well, I appreciated how Mike asked me what I liked about the bathroom, what I didn't like about the bathroom, and then he encouraged me to dream. He didn't just wait for me to tell him what I wanted. I liked that he gave me some of his own ideas.
Well, I like the idea of working with the same team on multiple projects over an extended period of time, because then they would become comfortable with us, familiar with us, and then we get them both done. I like the idea of, if you're going to do remodeling, do as much of it at the same time as you can, and then you can move on. We wanted it to be a comfortable place for us to host guests. We also realized that your home is an investment, and if you put money into it, you'll eventually get it out when you sell the home. So it was a good investment to go ahead and do the remodeling. One of the things we plan to do during this remodeling is leave town and be away. So we were actually in California when Mike called and broke the news. We had some water damage behind the wall of our master bath. So the exterior wall, once the demolition took place and that exterior wall was exposed, they discovered water damage. And there were multiple options to consider, and Mike was very helpful to help us think through all those and use his expertise to help us evaluate. He got very involved with another contractor who worked on that space, and Mike was very good about interacting with that other contractor in a positive way. He didn't become adversarial or protective, and so we had good cooperation with the other contractor. We had an insurance adjuster who came out, and Mike was very available to meet with that insurance adjuster and explain things. So we got a good process of looking at the problem, and I felt good afterwards that we did everything that we could have done to get insurance coverage for the problem. And his team was really good at organizing contractors to be there to get that work done at that critical stage.
We weren't left to our own resources. We weren't abandoned to, okay, fix that and then we'll come back when it's done. Mike and his team helped us, solve the problem and get us back on the path of getting the bathroom done. There's several different ways we've communicated: email, texting, and then the job tread site, which is great because you can always look on there and see when different workers are scheduled or what's happening. So I never felt like I was disconnected or unable to reach somebody. Project manager, very available, very responsive. Even if I wasn't sure, is somebody coming today? Or, he would respond right away text him and say, yeah, somebody's gonna come this afternoon, or, you know, nobody until Thursday. And then he would tell me why. You know, we need to let this dry, or we need to, you know. So I like that he communicated with me. He didn't just tell me, you know, we're not gonna be there, but there was a reason. So I didn't have to question, well, why aren't they paying attention to my project? But, you know, so it's well thought out.
Yeah, I agree. Really good communication. We have worked with other contractors and they've been very good, very conscientious. I don't think we had to do the problem solving with the other contractors that we ended up doing with you. So I was going back to this leak in the bathroom. I was very impressed by your team's ability to take a problem like that, come up with creative solutions, have a depth of knowledge, technology that they could bring to bear on solving the problem, having a number of experts that you could reach out to bring in to look at the problem. That was a level of service that I think really is very attractive to your company, that you can offer that.
One thing I appreciate is how you want everything to be the right way, to be finished well. And so when there's a little, I don't know, whatever little problem there was that I saw, I get fixated on it, and I know I can hear Mike's voice saying, I want to know everything. And then when I tell you, because Bill always says, like, Mike wants to know, and then you always respond with, thanks for letting me know. Well, and then you make a plan to get it taken care of. So I didn't feel like, okay, that little scratch is gonna annoy me. And then I've got this big, beautiful bathroom, but all I can see is this little scratch. And I think that's why you want it to be, you know, perfect, or, you know, as complete and finished well. You don't leave things left undone. So I appreciate that a lot.
I mean, we know that you're going to push back on any unreasonable requests, correct, that we make. So somehow you were able to, in a very professional way, communicate that, you know, to us, and we respect that. And so other clients should know that they can't just push you around. You're going to be able to do business with them in a fair way. I know that we're probably paying more for your service than maybe we could get somewhere else. But I think the professional approach that you take and the problem-solving resources you bring are worth it. Because, you know, maybe if there was nothing broken behind my walls, I wouldn't have needed you to be such a problem solver and have so many accesses to resources. But you were, so it was great to have that.
I mean, all your different crews, your painters, your plasters, your tilers, they all were just
Excellent. Yeah.
Excellent quality. So it seems like you built a team of people that are good at what they do.
Provide a lot of quality, and you provide expertise that can take on a lot of different problems. I do let my neighbors know that you're probably going to cost more than other contracting options that they could look at. So I try to explain to them, you know, why it's worth it, or why it was worth it for us.
One of the things we liked too when we were deciding to go with you was that you were local. There's so many of the companies, the advertiser people use, are coming from off the island, different places. And so one of the, I don't know, I think maybe you were one of the only ones I contacted that were local. So we liked that. We want to support local business.